A lot of women's absolute worst nightmare is the day when men wake up and realize their worth. Quiet quitting was a term that was trending a while ago, where underpaid and undervalued employees started cutting corners and putting in the absolute bare minimum effort into their jobs, working just enough to retain their position. And I couldn't help but notice a parallel to that in the dating society today. Men are at a point where they've become disillusioned with a lot of women because the veil has been lifted. Men are now checking out of relationships that no longer serve as assets to their life, but rather liabilities. Men are seeing the lack of gratitude and minimal to no reciprocity they encounter on a consistent basis from the other side. Unfortunately, we've built a society where men hear terms like toxic masculinity and patriarchal oppression constantly thrown around in public discourse, while they sacrifice at dead-end jobs trying to put food on the table and provide for their families. Men are tired of being gaslit and shamed for their masculinity and nature, and it's making them revolt against the same system that's holding them to unrealistic expectations. They see the complementary balance of the gender shifting way too far, and they're tired of being the main ones holding up their end of the bargain. A lot of women have fallen into the trap of measuring men by impossible standards because their expectations have ballooned from the constant revolving door of Hollywood and free social media validation. Men are struggling to keep up, and they're sick and tired of having to prove themselves over and over and over again just to ensure the love and the loyalty of their woman. A lot of it can be traced back to the proliferation of dating apps, which have hollowed out human relations and virtualized the dating marketplace. This, combined with a welfare state that can act as a safety net for repeated bad decisions and a lack of accountability, has incentivized promiscuity while simultaneously breaking down and demonizing traditional gender roles at the expense of long-term synergistic and wholesome relationships between men and women. Masculine men are the guarding walls of our society, and they've done an outstanding job holding it together, even though they've been continuously shamed and ridiculed for the very qualities that make them men. In turn, they ask for recognition for their efforts, yet society has failed to do justice to their sacrifice and perseverance in the face of all their adversities. The relationship dynamic between men and women are supposed to be comprised of a beautiful complementary synergy, not a tug of war where both sides stretch to compete and they stretch themselves thin. This is the unfortunate state of dating and relationships today that many men find themselves in. Women, in their quest for a vain sense of gender equalism, have forgotten what truly makes them attractive to men of caliber. A man wants his woman to be a place of solace and refuge, not another battle he has to fight. But this is the current societal predicament, and as more and more men walk away from relationships, dating, and marriage, they unfortunately are taking with them the most important masculine qualities that women and society inevitably cherish and need. So until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Yeah, what's good, what's good? It's your boy Ill Flow Spitter, aka Cleave Defender, coming out that H-Time, Houston, Texas, Southwest, man. It's that Closet TV where I bring you the news from the closet, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Now, man. Yeah, let me step myself right into this thing, man. Yeah, man. Okay, so, I want to say I told you so. I don't want to say I told you so, but, I told you so. Yeah, I'm going to say it one more time. I don't want to say I told you so, but it's looking like I told you so. So what is Ill Flow Spitter Cleave the villain talking about, man? What am I talking about? Well, I told y'all in the past, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was 2019 or 2020 when I started talking about this. I think it was 2020, you know what I'm saying, when I first started talking about how men should ignore beauty and how men should give the cold shoulder. And guess what? I told you so. It's happening. I see it in the flesh and over the internet every day. A lot of men's antennas is up. A lot of men's antlers is up. The blindfold is being removed from the eyes of the men. The magical spell is being removed from the mentality and the brains of men now. The blindfold is being lifted off the eyes of men. See, a lot of good brothers with the greatest qualities have been abused mentally, psychologically, financially, emotionally by these demonic women. And I'm not saying all the women are like this. We're talking about a category of women, which appears to be a lot of them. It's like a lot of them. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of good brothers with the greatest qualities have been abused at its highest level and have had it to the top of their heads. I'm talking about literally have had enough, said enough is enough. You got a lot of good brothers that are checking out, getting passports and going overseas to find beautiful wives to start families. You got a lot of brothers that's saying, you know what? I'm going to cut off the D. I don't want to have sex with you. You got a lot of brothers that's saying, you know what? I'm going to cut off financial support. Don't ask me for no money, ever. Straight up. You got a lot of brothers that's saying, you know what? I don't give a damn about how you look, your curves, your beauty, your face, how pretty you are. None of that. If you're not a good person and you can't prove that to me, then you don't have a chance with me. You're cut off and you're blocked. On to the next. Yeah, so I want to commend the good brothers with the greatest qualities who have been abused mentally, psychologically, and physically sometimes. Yeah, emotionally. Yeah. I want to commend y'all and give y'all a pat on the back. You know what I'm talking about? Straight up and down, man. Yeah, I applaud y'all. I definitely applaud y'all. Yeah. Because a lot of men are getting it together now when it comes to not being hypnotized by beauty. See, let me tell you something. A man's time and attention is more powerful than beauty. I'm going to say it one more time. A man's time and attention is way more powerful than beauty. The women know this. Oh, yeah, you better believe it. The women know this. They know that time, a man's time and a man's attention is way more powerful than beauty. They know this. The stupid thing is that a lot of men don't realize the power that they have. I'm going to say it again. A lot of men do not realize the power that they have. Especially a lot of average men do not realize the power that they have. They don't even understand that their time is power. They don't even understand that their attention is power. Because if you ignore these women and don't pay them no mind, don't give them the give them the cold shoulder, fam, I'm telling you, oh man, the stuff that I'm seeing live and direct in the flesh and over the internet, I thought this was going to be happening in 2027. I thought it was going to take up to 2026 for this type of stuff to be happening, the type of time men is on. Men have literally found a way to reverse this thing. And I've been saying it. Since 2020. Ignore these people. Silence is the best answer for a fool. So if you give these women silence, ignore them, give them the cold shoulder. Don't disrespect them. I said give them the cold shoulder. That doesn't mean be disrespectful. You understand what I'm saying? But just give them the cold shoulder. Ignore them. Don't compliment them. Don't be over staring at them. Don't stare at them. Don't give them money. Why would you do that? They don't even appreciate you. They get on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube every day, dehumanizing 9-to-5 working men, all the way up to rich men, all the way down to poor men. They disrespect all sorts of men. Dead serious. And they're so stupidly, foolishly bold to get on these platforms and disrespect and dehumanize men, not realizing that millions and millions of men are watching and are seeing and witnessing these videos, which is ridiculous. It's preposterous. It don't even make no sense why women would get online and sit up there and talk down and disrespect and slander and dehumanize men when there are millions of men that are watching this. So now millions of men's antennas is up. Millions of men understand what you females are about. A lot of you females are wicked. A lot of you females are demonic. A lot of you feminist females are users. A lot of y'all, a lot of these women misguide other women. Let me tell you something about these feminist women. These women are so wicked that they are evil towards other women who are good women. Just imagine that. It could be two females, they're friends. One of them in a relationship, the other one not. The one that's in a relationship is in a good relationship. And she, talks to her homegirl about certain things that's going on in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Female talk. And, she's always saying good things about her man. You think that female is liking that? No. She's mad and she's pissed off, and she might even tell her to, go through his phone or go through this or do this or make him react like this or do that and totally fuck your shit up. Excuse my language, YouTube. And totally destroy your relationship. Purposely. This is the type of stuff females do to each other. It's really sad, man. The guys who are the good guys, the good fellas that have the greatest qualities, that love to protect our women and provide for our women, die for our women, you know what I'm saying? Will do anything for our women. Those are the ones that get dehumanized. The good fellas. So good fellas is getting passports and going overseas. Good fellas have started to ignore beauty. Good fellas is like, you know what? I'm not gonna hold the door for you because you're disrespectful, and I seen you disrespect another guy for holding the door for you one time. You think I'm gonna hold the door for you when I already know what you're gonna do? When I already know what type of person you are? I'd rather hold the door for senior citizens and soccer moms. But these feminist women or these disrespectful, so-called pretty, beautiful women or whatever you want to call them, with these demons that live inside of their bodies, no, they don't deserve for people to hold the door for them. Why? Why? Unless you want to just do a good deed. Let's say you're a Christian or a Muslim. You don't care if she's a feminist or not. You're still going to hold the door regardless based off of you getting, a good deed. That's still cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to hold the door for these demonic women after all. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your religion, because when you hold the door for somebody genuinely and you're really doing it genuinely, then that's a good deed. That's considered as a good deed. So it's okay to hold the door pertaining to your religion. Now, however, when it comes to the thoughts that's going on in your brain, like, okay, well, these women are very mean, rude, stuck up. Not all of them, but you know the ones to select to do that to. Straight up, you should know the ones to select to do that to. You give them the cold shoulder. There's nothing wrong with that. Because your time is valuable. Your attention is valuable. Don't pay them attention. Think about the word, pay attention. Pay attention? You have to pay? Oh, hell to the no. Now, you don't get that? She's not paying for your attention. So why are you paying attention? Yeah, no, man. Yeah, she's not paying for your attention. So why are you paying attention? Simply don't pay them no mind. Don't pay them no attention. Ignore them. They hate it. And let me tell you something. The way it's going at this rate, because I thought this was going to happen in 2026 or 2027. At the rate that the men are going right now, you're going to see females begging men for time and attention. All men got to do, all y'all got to do is cut off what they love. They love money, cut it off. They love sex and they're promiscuous, fornicating creatures, cut that off. Cut off all that text messaging time. Stop calling them and blowing their phones up. You're blowing their head up by doing that. Making them feel super entitled. They don't appreciate you at all. They don't care about you. Straight up. You men got to stop doing that. Stop buying them drinks at bars and stuff too. Stop that. Stop cold approaching them. When y'all do that, these women are going to go crazy. It's going to get to the point where they're going to be begging you for your time and attention. And you got to make them pay for you to pay attention. Straight up and down. Anyways, man, it's your boy Ill Flow Spitter, a.k.a. Cleve the Villain, coming out that H-Town, Houston, Texas, Southwest, man. It's that Closet TV where I bring you the news from the closet. The great guys, the good guys, the good brothers, the good fellas, with the greatest qualities from personality-wise, fear God-wise, ambition-wise, honorable dudes, and dudes that got integrity and love and principles and morals and a code of conduct, that love to protect our women and provide, that have leadership skills. I know how y'all feel. I know y'all been mentally and emotionally and psychologically, and in some cases, in a lot of cases, financially abused by these women. And not all women, by the way. You know, I like to say that a lot because I got to categorize them. But it's a whole lot of these type of women. So for those guys who've been through this type of stuff, the stuff that I just named, listen, I want to applaud y'all for giving these women a cold shoulder. It's going to get worse in the future for them when it comes to them getting the cold shoulder, men reversing this BS that's been going on, and men getting their power back. Because your time and attention is power. It's just a goddamn shame that the majority of the average men don't realize the power that they have. Anyways, man, I'm out this thing. And always remember, it's just one God, which is Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Easy. Cheer.